Good morning, students. In this video, you will know the different types of operating system. Okay, students, operating systems are there from the very first computer generation, and they keep, yes, evolving with time. In this chapter, we will discuss some of the important types of operating system which are most commonly used. First one is the batch processing system. The user of a batch operating system do not interact with the computer directly. You can see the picture of batch operating system. Okay. So the user of a batch operating system do not interact with the computer. Yes, directly, my dear. Okay. Each user prepares his job on and offline device like punch card, okay, and submit it to the computer operator. Okay, to speed up processing job with the similar needs are batched together and run as a group, my dear. Okay, the programmers leaves their program with the operator. Yes, and the operator then sort out the programs with the similar requirements into batches. Just now you can see, my dear, your job 1, job 2, job 3. See, there is no link directly with the CPU. Here the operator who is going to operate and making the batches, and then these batches are directly, yes, communicated to the CPU. Okay, so the problems with the batch processing are what? You see, my dear. First one, lack of interaction between the user and the job. That means user and the job. Yes, that means there cannot be interaction. Okay, difficult to provide the desired priority. So this is the main, yes, a problem with the batch operating system. Okay, now the next one is a time sharing operating system. Time sharing is a technique which enables many people located at various terminals to use a particular computer system at the same time. Time sharing or multitasking is a logical extension of multi-programming. Here the processor's time, which is shared among multiple users simultaneously, that is known as time sharing, my dear. Okay, you can see the picture. You can see the picture of time sharing one. Okay, so it has the advantages as well as the disadvantages. First one, it provides the, okay, advantages of quick response. Next one, it reduces CPU idle time. This is the main one. But there you have the disadvantages of time sharing system. Okay, see what the disadvantage, problems of reliability. Okay, problems of data communication. Okay, so these all are the disadvantages of time sharing, yes, operating system. Okay, now so now the next part that is simple, my dear, that is single task, single user. Okay, so single task and multitask, so both are different, my dear. Okay, here in single task only one task can be performed, but when I'm talking about the multitask, that means more than one. Like your DOS operating system. In DOS operating system only you can work at a time. Okay, that means if you have to work on QBasic, once your QBasic is completed, then you have to quit and then you have to start the other application. But in multitasking, you can open the other application without closing the previous one. Your best example is your Windows 7 or you can say Windows 10. Okay. Yes. Now the next part, that is your single user and multi-user. Both are different. See, if your PC only hold one user, that will be single user, like your desktop, your laptop. But when I'm talking about the multi-user, it means more than one user can work, yes, at the same time. But for that, the PCs must be connected in a network. There you should have a server. Okay, and then this server can give facility to many person. Okay, like the best example, you have your supercomputer and the mainframe computer. Okay, so already I have discussed the single user. Yes, single tasking, multitasking, single user, multi-user, real-time batch processing system. Okay, now my next part, yes, that is the distributed operating system. Okay, students, distributed operating system use multiple central processors to serve multiple real-time application and multiple user. Here, the data processing jobs are distributed among the processors, yes, accordingly. Okay, the processors communicate with the one another through various communication lines. Wait, let me show you the picture. Now, yes, so you can see here. Okay, so here the distributed operating systems are, yes, referred as loosely, yes, a coupled system, or you can say as the distributed systems. Processor in the distributed system may vary in size and function. Okay, these processors are referred as sites, nodes, computers, yes, etc. Okay, now you have the advantage and disadvantages, yes, of distributed operating system. Let me maximize it. Okay, now you can know it. Okay, so you have the advantages. What the advantage? Yes, so with the resource sharing facility, a user at one site may be able to use the resources available at another. Okay, if one site failed in distributed system, then the remaining sites can, yes, continue operating. So we are using nowadays the distributed operating system. It has no drawback. In other way, I can say it has no drawback. That's why everywhere you will see the distributed operating systems are used. Even your Flipkart, Amazon, Yahoo, CBSE, they all work on this operating system. It is a good operating system. Okay, now the next part is your yes, networking operating system. Yes, network, you can know it. That means in a chain, my dear. Okay, so a network, an operating system runs on a server and provides the, yes, a server the capability to manage data, users, okay, applications and other networking functions. Students, the primary purpose of the networking operating system is to allow shared files and, yes, printer access among multiple computers in a network. The best example, you have your Microsoft Windows Server 2003, 2008, Unix, Linux. These are the best, yes, networking operating system. So what are the advantages of the network operating, yes, a system? Wait, let me show you the picture of network operating system. Okay, now you can see it. Okay, so it has advantages. Okay, centralized servers. Second one, security is, yes, served, yes, in an easy way. Okay, yes, upgrades to new technology and hardwares. So these are the main advantages of network operating system. But there you have the disadvantage. It is, yes, for maintaining you have to pay more cost, my dear. Another way you can say, running a server, yes, means you have to pay more. Okay. Second one, the maintenance and updated are required. So time to time you have to do the expenditure on that one. If any device is faulty, you remove it. Okay. So these are the problems. Okay. Yes, of your networking one. So next one is your, yes, real-time operating system. Okay. So real-time operating system, okay, yes, is defined as a data processing system in which the time interval required to process and respond to inputs is so small that it controls the environment. Okay, so real-time operating system are used when there are rigid time requirement on the operation of a processor or the flow of data, and real-time system can be used as a control device. Okay, in which one? In a dedicated application. Okay, so we have the two types of real yes, a time operating system. First one is hard real time. Hard real system guarantee that critical tasks complete on time, and the soft real time, yes, are less restrictive. Okay, a critical real time task gets the priority over other tasks and retains the priority until it's complete. So I hope you have understood these all parts which I discussed, yes, related to, yes, the operating system, and especially, yes, regarding your, yes, functions of operating system. Okay, thank you, my dear.